G'day, Spice Legends. Welcome to Burner Bites Down Under, the hottest show down under. Spice Legends, we are joining ourselves today with David, the Flamin Bogan, all the way from Queensland, Yarrabilba, and he will be attempting to take on the Chili Beasts, the Chili champions from every state and territory in Australia this year. He's got some pretty stiff competition, so let's greet our guest in just a red-hot moment.
It's time to play the game. Time to play the game. It's all about the game and how you play it. All about control and if you can take it. All about your debt and if you can pay it. It's all about pain and who's gonna make it.
Hey, David, how you going, mate? The Flamin Bogan. How you doing? They're all the way in Yarrabilba, is that right? Good, mate.
Yeah, mate, yep.
So it's looking pretty bright and sunny there. I'm guessing you're not at home. You're somewhere up the track or the trail.
Yeah, mate, so just out and about. It's a beautiful day for it, so.
Yeah, nice. So whereabouts are you now? You're just at the local park or?
Yeah, just up the road at Beanley.
No, good one.
So,
And so I have to say, as a bit of a beard man myself, I am loving that massive, beautiful, luscious, gorgeous Zeus beard there, mate. Have you got any particular, are you dressing up for Halloween at all, anything this year?
no, probably not. I haven't thought too much about it, but.
Oh, mate, I tell you what, if I had your beard, I'd be giving the Zeus thing a crack, eh?
No, I think last year we had the kids and we I've got a sombrero and a poncho, so I just went out as a Mexican.
That's what happens with me. If people go, oh, you should just grow a mustache. If I shave the beard off and just have the mustache, I look like a Mexican pedophile. Yep. It's bad. It's very bad. They're like, what's wrong with this guy? I'm like, hey, I told you not to just, I'm going to stick with the beard. Yep. That's the way, mate. And so, look, you're joining us because you've got a bit of attention. You somehow managed to eat. Let's say you beat or won 3 chili competitions in one day. Is that right?
Yeah, so it was 3 out of 4 at the Logan Village Chili Festival. So I lost out on the pizza eating competition because it was about quantity, not the heat. But yeah, the rest of it was pretty solid challenge. So good competitors, but just won out on the day. So
you attempted 4 and you won 3.
Yeah.
Oh, mate, that is amazing going. Like, I've only heard of one other person, ironically, from Queensland as well, that won 3 competitions in one day, and that was Ash, the Chili Titan. He's a very, very big man. I think he's like 6'8" or 6'9", very large man. And he had trained his ass off, and he pushed through a shite load of pain to get to that. So obviously, you must have been a little bit uncomfortable, or were you just sort of in your element on the day, mate? What was the story?
Well, I mean, on the day, I just sort of turned up. I thought I'd give it a go, have some fun, and just smashed it. Did really well. Paid for it afterwards, but it was worth it.
I think we all kind of do, and so that's why this year, with your boxes of pain or boxes of evil that I've given you this year, or what was it you said the other guys called it, the boxes of fun? Fun being in the sarcasm.
Yeah, box of fun. It's great.
Welcome to the house of fun. What I've given you guys is a special little present for the after, and it's the fire extinguisher, right? So if you're not sure what it is, there's a little thing. It looks like a little red extinguisher thing. It's like the size of a monster can, 500ml monster can. And when you're letting these contents out of your body from the rear, and the rear is burning, when you finish wiping, you spray this stuff on your toilet paper, and then finish that one last wipe, and it relieves the burning pain. And I know it sounds like a bit like an ad. It sounds like an ad, doesn't it? Right. But I was like, I'm going to try this because if this works, this will be amazing for me because I've done some stupid things plenty of times. And I thought, okay, let's try this out. And I did chickadee check myself before I wrecked myself. And then the next day, I was definitely feeling the burning on the way out. Whacked this on, go, all right, let's see if this thing works. It does what it says. And it did. And I was like, wow, like almost instantaneous relief from going, that's my present to you guys. So hopefully you can enjoy that. I can't do too much about the inside of the guts and the mouth, but I can do the rear. So there you go. You're welcome.
Thank you.
so you shall thank you later. Yeah. So look, you're a bit of a dark horse this year. You sort of come out of the woodworks. Like you said, that you just sort of went to the Logan thing and then you just sort of annihilated the competition. We don't know too much about you. So we wanted to have a chat with you today before the competition and get to know you a little bit better so that Queensland sort of knows who you are and what's going on and who they're rooting for, who they're barracking for, because it's either every year or every couple of years we'll have different characters come in. And so you're the new character this year. New South Wales guy, he's the veteran, which is interesting, but everyone else is new faces. So it'll be kind of interesting. So for those that don't know you, have you got like a first chili experience? Like, can you remember like what's your earliest or first chili experience that you had where you first delved into it?
So I think it started. I used to work at a little pizza shop, and they had the chili pizzas and jalapenos, and I always loved those. There's a little bit of heat without being too much, and then the boss just went, "We're just going to mess with him and get hot sauce," and just kept making it hotter and hotter, and I just kept smashing it, and he's just gone, you know what, we'll really get him this time. And they got I think it was like 5 or 6 of the hottest sauces they could buy at the time, put it into this pasta dish, and I felt that one pretty hard. But I ended up getting through it. It took me a few goes at it, but yeah, it's pretty full on. And then after that, it was just, I just love the rush. So, always have...
love the chili high. Yeah, it's that chili.
Yeah,
you get that. It's like an adrenaline rush, isn't it? And he's like, oh, that was weird and fun and painful all at the same time. But I want to give it another go. I don't know why. Yeah. And I was like, isn't it weird? You're like, am I stupid? Like, what's wrong with me? Like, and people will ask you the same thing, going, why do you keep doing that to yourself? Like, But you're right. It's addictive. It's a rush, isn't it?
Oh yeah, definitely. I mean, if you're going to be dumb, you got to be tough. So,
or was it what's that saying? Young enough? No, was it dumb enough to do it again? Young enough? I don't know, something like that. I don't know. Was it young enough? Old enough to know better? Anyway. Yeah, that's right. Yeah. Can you just check
my mantra, my lifestyle? That's everything.
I just don't learn from my mistakes. I think that's my problem. Can you just check where your sound is, mate? You're just a little bit crackly. Is that okay?
Oh, I might. Yeah. Hang on. Is that a little bit better?
Talk to me again.
Yep. How are we going there?
There we go. Beautiful. Absolutely. Yep. Awesome. Yeah, cool. So look, it sounds like they try to set you up a bit, but like, do you eat spicy food regularly now? Like, is it a regular thing, or what's the story with that now?
Yeah, I think I honestly don't think I could tell you the last time I went a day without eating hot chilies.
Really? So you're definitely you're a spicy fiend. It's an everyday thing. You can't go a day without it. Is that why? Yeah.
Look, I just love that little bit of heat, but as long as it's got a really good flavor as well. So I've come across a few sauces where they're stupidly hot, but the taste is horrible. So you just go, nah, forget that.
Absolutely. I wholeheartedly agree with you. There's a million sauces out there where they're just that real arrogant flavor, and you're like, oh, I don't know. Like, yeah, okay, it's hot, and like you can handle it, and you're like, yeah, okay, sure. But does it taste good? No. Do I want to eat it again? Not really. And I know what you're saying there. There's plenty out there, but you want to have an enjoyable hot sauce that you're saying there, where it's got a good flavor, it's got a nice amount of heat, and it's that kind of rice kind of balance where you're enjoying it. It's in that happy zone, where it's not going to rip your head off, but you're going to enjoy that flavor. It's nice heat and a good flavor. Yeah. Well, yeah, and I couldn't agree with you more. And funnily enough, we're actually working on a burn and bite sauce. I'm collaborating with a producer right now, where we're going to create it's a smoky barbecue sauce. with a little bit of garlic, and it's what's it called? It's got a twist of maple syrup in it, so it's nice and sweet too.
Yeah.
And I personally work with the guy, and I was like, oh, this is a winner. I'm like, and I'm like, you guys better buy this stuff off me because I'm going to eat it all. Like, you better, I'll eat it all. You watch me. It tastes bloody good. Mark's up, well, you going to find a few things in this challenge? Yeah, there you go. So Mark's just commenting down there below. So we'll have people commenting as we're talking. And he goes, yeah, you got to find a few in this challenge, David. So, there'll be a few that you'll find that are going to be really tasty, but psychotic hot. Like, so some of those.
So good.
Yeah. Oh, yeah, exactly. So I try to, like, some sauces I'll just go, okay, I'm going to be a dick. I'm going to be a total dick. And some of them around you, like, yeah, okay, because I've got to test your gag reflexes as well. I've got to test you on everything, right? You're like, you dick. But some of the flavors are really, really good, you know, and one of those examples is barbecue. They've got these jerkies from Budgie's Jerky, and it's really, really tasty. Like it does not last very long in my house when I'm eating this jerky, you know. And I've said I sing his praises, but it's because out of just pure experience, like I've just not found a jerky that I haven't liked from him, you know. And so that's why I've decided to include his jerkies into the comp. We've got 2 this year, and one is the triple extra hot barbecue. And I personally tried this, and it's fantastic. It is. It's hot. It's going to be stupid hot. Right. This is the mild one, by the way. There's 2 jerkies. You know, what? So this is the mild one. It's got, you know, a bit of Reaper and stuff in it, you know. But then there'll be later we'll have the Reaper honey soy and garlic, but it's the championship edition, right?
Ooh,
and this has got it's tasty, but it's got 16 million Scoville capsaicin crystals in it. So she's gonna tickle. You know, you're like, oh yes, but oh shit, oh no, but yeah. So look, you've delved into competitions now, but was there any particular thing that got you into competition eating? Like, was it a dare, or you're like, oh, I want to give that a go? What happened there? Like, how did you get into it?
I think so. One of the first like hot food comps I actually did was the Burger Urge challenge.
Ooh. It's a good burger, isn't it? Right?
It was. So I did it last. I was the first one they brought out.
Was that 3 years ago, or how far long ago was that?
Oh, I don't remember how far back it was, but my brothers were just like, "You won't do it," and I was like, "Well, all right, you pay for it, I'll do it." And yeah, I just sat down and enjoyed the burger and absolutely blew their minds because I barely broke a sweat over it. And you know, I shared a little bit with them. They're just like, "Nah, fuck that. I'm out. You're mental."
Well, then, Mark could attest. Me and Mark went together to Burger Urge, right? Yep. And Mark mouthed off. He goes, "It's not hot." And so the chef is like, "I'm gonna fucking fix you, bastards." And so he's not just put the normal sauce on. He's gone, like, you normally they just put a couple of dollops on. You're like, yeah, okay, got it. He's going, just like slamming this thing on, and then he's put some Reaper sauce on, and then he's got the bomb and going, "Fuck you, bastards! Don't fucking mock me." So his burger was 3 times hotter, and he's eating it, looking at me going, "This is way hotter than the last one I've eaten." And I'm going, "Okay, I don't know. I had nothing to compare it to." And like we both smashed it still. We just ate it pretty quickly. I ate it, like, was it 4 minutes, 17 seconds? But it was really tasty, except for that bloody was it the bomb? Everything about that burger tasted great, except for the bomb sauce is just. And then later the waitress comes out and goes, "Did you enjoy your burgers, sirs?" Like, and we're like, "Yeah, they were good." They go, "Well, we actually just wanted to let you know we did this." And we go, "Oh, that makes sense." And Mark's just like, "Yeah, okay, I get it now." And he goes, "But he mouthed off, so it's his fault." I'm like, "Fair." What's that saying? You fuck around, you find out. We'll leave that. Yeah. But other than that, it was a tasty burger. I've got to say, it's a good burger. So I can see why people enjoy it so much. And I can see, again, I think Mark's saying the bomb is shit. Yeah, it's not the shit, it's shit. Yeah, I agree. They didn't make that sauce for flavour. They made that sauce to fuck around, and you find out. So you got into, you ate the Burger Edge burger, and you're like, okay, that's a bit easy. And so did you just think, okay, I want to go in competitions?
yeah, so I started looking around at it all, and then the Logan Village Chili Fest came up after COVID, and I thought, you know what, that looks like fun. I'll get in, give it a crack. And I thought, well, there's 4 comps. You got to be in it to win it. So I just went for all 4 of them, and yeah,
Probably got better. Yeah, probably got better odds than the lotto, though, I'd say.
Yeah, definitely.
yeah. It's not $1 billion to 1. It's only like 10 to 1 odds. You're like, okay, I could probably do this. Yeah. And so you're saying, yeah, you won 3 comps out of 4. You attempted the 4th, and you said you got that. Was it halfway? Is that right?
Yeah. So it was actually the 3rd one of the day was pizza eating competition. So it was how much hot pizza you could eat in a couple of minutes.
So it's a consumption challenge under time.
Yeah. So because I'd already done 2 challenges previously that were really based on the heat, my guts were wrecked at this point. So I didn't do quite as well as I'd hoped, but I still did pretty well, and pizza was nice. So,
what place did you come in that by chance? Out of curiosity?
I think I was sitting 3rd.
Okay, so you still. Yeah.
Yeah, it's about 3rd out of 5, so about midway in the pack. But
how much pizza did you eat?
I just ate one pizza, like one whole pizza.
Oh, so you still ate a whole pizza after you've done 2 comps?
A whole pizza. Yeah.
Far out. You're like, well, it's free food. No.
Yeah.
What were you to say? What were you saying about the guy that won?
Yeah, I think he did like over 2 pizzas in the time. He just absolutely hammered it.
So you can tell. Look, I'm not an anorexic person, right? I can demolish a large pizza on my own, but 2 pizzas is a lot of pizza, man. That is a lot of pizza, you know. And wow, that is good. Was he a pretty big guy or girl, or?
No, from memory, he was just sort of fairly average size. But
yeah, okay. It's weird. Some of the
hungry.
Came in hungry, coming in hot. It's funny. It's funny. Consumption eating is such a strange sport because some of the best ones are actually quite skinny, and it's such an odd thing to see. Your first thing you come to mind, consumption challenge, eating large amounts of food. Okay, must be lots of big guys or big people, you know. And then you see people like Jay Webby and Mimi Zhang, who are very svelte people. They're very skinny. And like Mimi Zhang, she's 5 foot, like she's so tiny, but she can eat so much so quickly. Like I saw one competition where she ate 75 chicken wings in 15 minutes. And I'm going, I don't think I could eat 75 wings in a day. Like, you know, I think I maxed out about 12, maybe 20 of them stupid hungry, like, but 75 wings, that is. And then the competition was 30 minutes. You got 30 minutes to eat whatever you can. She just smashed it in 15 minutes and goes, all right, I'll wait for you guys. I'm going, what? and the next closest person got to 45 and gone, that is wild. You know, that is wild. And then seeing, what was this guy, Jay Webby, right? Jay Webby's about the same height as me, but he's definitely a lot skinnier than I am. Let's just say that, right? Definitely hits the gym. And and I've seen this, somebody goes to me, because I didn't know who he was, and they introduced me. They go, Jay, this is Jay Webby. He ate 41 hot dogs in 10 minutes. I'm going, what did you just say to me? 41 hot dog. I'm like, what, like mini dogs, Cheerios? They go, no, New York size hot dogs. I'm going, yeah, right. Because, you know, there's big ass hot dogs in New York, like 8-inch hot dogs. I'm going, yeah, sure. And then I watch the video going, shit. Like, and he's just like, this guy has no gag reflex. Like, it's evident. He just, I don't know how else to describe it without being crass, right? He just gets this thing. It's like this. And he just goes, grabs it, dunks it in a bucket of water, and then goes, ugh. I'm going, right. Like, must be very popular at the YMCA. No, I'm just kidding. But like, I was just like, wow. Like, I just didn't know. Like, it's amazing to see what the human body can do and what it can endure. And consumption eaters are just a different kind of breed in a different kind of way. Like wet chili eaters are a different breed again. And it's sort of these similar parallel paths, but on slightly different trajectories. And it's so odd watching that. And like I said, oh, would you ever give this a go? And he goes, I don't know, man, that sounds like a lot of pain. for not as much reward. And maybe if you like gave me X amount of money, then I might attempt it. But he goes, it's all pain in the end, right? I'm going, wow. Like, it was just an interesting. Most people go, I don't want to do that. That sounds like owie. And he's just like, oh, I don't know. He goes, if you throw enough money at me, I'll give it a go. I was like, wow.
Yeah.
I was just like, right. So that you said that the pizza thing was the third comp of the day, and then you attempted a fourth comp. What was the fourth comp?
Yeah, so the fourth comp was the pods. So
and so
through the
so you said,
thing, I got
so you had a belly full of what do you call chili pizza. Did that work in your favor, or did you get rid of it, or after the comp? What was the story?
No, I kept the pizza down. I think it probably worked in my favor. Just gave me a bit extra after the first two comps.
Buffer zone.
Yeah.
And so then, how far did you get in the pods rounds? Like, what happened there?
So I think it was up to. We didn't quite go to the Reapers. I think we got a couple past the habaneros, and then the rest of them all sort of dropped out. I went, okay, well, I'll do one more round just to put on a show and have some fun. And it's good fun though.
Okay,
so Reapers into me, and
you be careful what you wish for.
I've seen that list.
Yeah. So I don't know if you counted, but there the amount of Reapers in this comp this year is nearly I think it's the 40s.
48, I think, from memory.
47, 48. That's right. Yeah.
48.
So if you manage to get to around 30, there's a total of 48 Reapers. So there's a few. You're going to be, I think, in the first 3 rounds, you're going to have 12 habaneros, a shot of sauce all together. So it's 6 shot of sauce, 6 more habaneros. So the first 3 rounds, you're going to be warm. I'll say that much.
Yep.
So you've got a lot of sauces. You said you've been practicing on sauces. Luckily, there's 9 shots of sauce in this comp. So we measured it. That's roughly 2.5 full bottles. So 2.5 of these size bottles of sauce. I think it's 360 ml of sauces.
Wow.
So that's quite a fair bit. So the equivalent of sculling 2.5 bottles of sauce, 48 Reapers. You're going to get some of this in your mouth. Satan spit. Have you ever come across this yet?
I've actually got a bottle of that. It's really, really good if you do it in a margarita.
Okay. Really?
Yeah.
I haven't.
2
in the margarita.
Glass. Yep. Gives it a really
good
kick, and the burn just lasts.
I like it. You're a special kind of chili head. I'm loving this. I like it. There's some twisted people out there, and I love how twisted you are, mate. That's awesome. It's Satan spit margarita. That's fantastic. It sounds like you'll definitely fit in here. So, have you got on your chili journey so far? You've been on it this for a little bit now. Have you got a best chili experience, like out of the things that you've done so far? Or is there some sort of shining thing that you did where you're like, man, that was awesome? Like,
yeah, I think it really would be the Logan Village Chili Festival. Like, it was such a good atmosphere around the competitions as well. And then, like, by the end of it, like, it wasn't just another, oh yeah, cool, you won. Like, everyone's like, oh yeah, no, they knew my name, still chat to a couple, and it's just, really good atmosphere and great to be a part of this community, really.
100%. That's the funny thing. Like, when you first sort of step into the chili community, you're like, oh, there's a chili community, and then you're like, oh, it's in a few areas. It's all over the country. There's people all over the world that do this. Oh, what the fuck? Like, it's so weird. You dip your toe in, and then you're like, oh, there's a whole world out there. It's so bizarre. And I remember when I first got into this chili community stuff, going, oh man, there's so many people that love this stuff, and they're just addicted and they're passionate, and it's weird. It's the most fun you can have without breaking the law, I reckon.
Yeah. Oh, it's great fun.
Exactly. And so everyone has that best chili kind of experience. Have you got like a worst chili experience where you're like, I don't know, am I happy doing this? So like, you sort of start questioning your motives. Have you had a moment like that yet?
I think the one I enjoyed the least, I won't say which brand it is, but there's a scorpion on the label, and it's not very pleasant tasting. But
I think I know where that one is already.
yeah, but me and my brothers thought, oh yeah, we'll give it a crack. And I had a tablespoon, they've had a teaspoon each. Absolutely wrecked the three of us, and it was just the horrible taste just wouldn't go away, and the burn disappeared, but it was just a stinging sensation in the mouth. It wasn't fun.
Yeah, see, that's the thing. Once you start playing with extracts, it's a different kind of burn to pods. You know, because it's one thing to have a natural kind of burn. It's a completely different thing to have a synthetic burn, because they hit in a different way. It hits your guts in a different way, because it's a chemical burn, not a natural high, not from that oil from the chilies. It hits you so differently. And the other crappy thing is you can't just puke it out and feel better. It's absorbed into your system. Yep. It's bang. It's like some particular drugs or whatever. It's once it's in, it's in. You can get some of it out, but you can never get all of it out.
yeah. No, I've had an experience with the cap crystals. It's actually down at the Qld Chilli Festival.
Oh yeah,
that was an interesting day. So I was trying all
when was that
and stuff.
When was that?
About 6-7 years ago now. But yeah, I was trying all the sauces. Nothing was too hot. And then this guy comes up with a toothpick. He goes, here, try this. It's just a tiny little white speck. I'm like, whatever, mate. Okay. Had that. And nah. Paid for that for a little bit.
I always get sus on a guy when he rocks up to me with a toothpick. And similar reason, I remember meeting Marcel from the Chili Factory. And he's gone, hey, try this. I'm going, what's that? He goes, this is the new extract to try. And just gone, oof, and just straight in the mouth, going like that. And I just started feeling my face tingling and melting, going, cool. And I'm like, that's another level. Like, and he gives me the look, and you can see I'm melting down. He goes, that's what I wanted. That's the look I was looking for. And I was like, and I'm looking at him going, I'm going to remember you. I remember that face. So yeah. And he got all the crew that I was with there too. And they were looking at me going, oh, when they tried it as well. And then they're going, is that guy gone yet? Where's the milk? Like, far out. I'm like, yeah, I'm going to remember that guy. So it's funny. Yeah. And I remember the first time I came across Scorpion Strike on steroids, and I did a run of all this stuff, and then I threw a spoonful of this stuff in my mouth, and I had I think it was like a thing of Jack Daniels there to sort of cool me down, and I put it in my mouth, going, that did not help at all. Yep. Like, I think if I'm going to myself, I think that actually made it worse, and then I jumped in the pool and I'm going, oh, and I could feel like the oil from it going over my face, and I might feel my face burning more and going, and it's gone to my eyes sometimes. I'm going, that was a mistake. That was a really big mistake. Yep. And I'm going, and this is obviously when I was way, way earlier and new and fresh in the chili scene. And I'm going, yeah, that was dumb. But you kind of live and you learn. And I've got a few chili moments way worse than that as well. Like you said, when you start delving into extracts and really synthetic stuff, it hits in a different way. And I can't tell you how many times I've been on my hands and knees in the shower or in the bath, just going, what am I doing here? Maybe I shouldn't have done that, or I regret my life. So what do your family and friends think about all this kind of crazy chili stuff? Do they think you're crazy, or are they kind of proud of what you're achieving here? Or
it's a bit of both. Like they're pretty stoked that I'm doing so well with it and just having fun, but they've also tried some of the milder stuff that I've got, and they think there's something like wrong with me.
They're like, have you got a screw loose, or like?
Yeah.
Some people say that to me. They're going, yeah, that's a special kind of stupid, or that, like they're just like, or some people just ask me, just go, but why? Like, like you do that on purpose to yourself, and you've got no one else to blame. And I'm like, yeah, they're going, no. No.
No,
so
pretty supportive all around, though.
Oh, that's awesome. That's awesome to hear that you've got a bit of a supportive mob around you. So speaking of, who's going to be cheering you on when you're doing the competition, mate?
So I'm just going to send the link around to family, friends.
What did you say, send a link?
No, family and friends.
I was like, what does Centrelink got to do with it? Are they sponsoring? No, I'm just kidding. Centrelink, there you go, buddy.
Logan, so.
Well, you called the Flamin Bogans for a reason. No, I was like, that's an interesting name. Actually, I do want to ask you about that. Where did that name come from? I do remember approaching you, going like, "Have you got a chili name?" And what's the story with that? And this is what you've chosen. I'm going, is there a story behind it? Like, what's the story?
Look, it just came to me one day because the missus always gives me a bit of grief about being a bogan and everything, and this came up. I just thought of this and went, you know what? That's gonna be that's the backup one. I can roll with that if I can't think of anything else. And then, yeah, it came to crunch time. I went, you know what? That's it. Just lean into it.
Just roll with it. You know, that's actually a similar story to Apple computers. Did you know that?
No, I didn't know that.
Yeah, Apple computers. Listen to this. As this first story, right? Apple computers. It's 3 weeks till they had to start selling this stuff, and Steve Jobs has gone to them. Listen, my favorite fruit or food is an apple, right? If you idiots don't come up with a better name, I'm calling this stupid company the dumbass name of Apple. Who the hell wants to buy an Apple computer? How dumb is that? Someone, please, come up with a better bloody name. You've got 3 weeks. And no one came up with a better name. So they went, guys, I'm going to teach you all a lesson. This is going to be stupid. It's going to be a dumpster fire. We're going to do horribly. Stuff it. Let's call it Apple Computers. And lo and behold, it's one of the biggest bloody computer companies in the world. I'm like, what? It's so strange. But they go, and they just rolled with it. You know, I was just like, what a strange story. But it's became like a success story. Like, you know, it's just like same. So maybe you might be lucky. It might be the Flamin Bogan success story, and that's where it's sort of born.
Yeah. Hey, who knows? Hey?
So, have you got a location chosen or picked out for where you're going to compete? Like, don't tell me it's not Centrelink. Like, that would be hilarious. But...
No. I mean, you know.
All right, guys, we're ready. They're like, who's this guy? What does he do? The things you do for a Centrelink. No.
No, I'm not too sure. I'll either be at home or a friend of mine's actually got a Mexican restaurant that I work at, so might be.
I see you work at a Mexican restaurant.
Yeah, I do. Yep.
Wow. So do you actually wear it? You were saying you wear some. Do you actually wear a sombrero at work? Like,
only on my birthday. So I've actually got a big, colourful sombrero, and that's my birthday sombrero. If I have to work, I wear the sombrero.
Is that El Camino or?
No, it's Serrano's Mexican Cantina in Beenleigh.
Ooh, nice.
So
okay.
If anyone's in the area, check it out.
Go check it out. I'm a huge fan of Mexican food. Like, it's my go-to. You know, and there's an awesome place down here in Manly called Mex & Co. As in MEXNCO, right? And
okay.
Like, I get really annoyed with some places where they give you that same regurgitated, crappy, stale Doritos kind of corn chips, and they put bugger all cheese on, and there's not really much sour cream, and I'm like, where's the flavor, guys? And there's it's just meh, and I'm like, come on, man, give me a meal. I just paid $20 for this thing, and this is what it is. This is like an entree, you know, and it is like, and there's just not really good flavor. And I'm sure you probably have the same thing, and there's a lot of chili heads out there that love a good jalapeno popper. I love jalapeno poppers, and there's so many places where they go, oh, here's some jalapeno croquettes. I'm like, what the fuck is this croquette thing? It's like it's like this little square-looking thing with mashed potato and blended bits of chili, like jalapeno. Going, why? It's a waste. It's a waste of jalapeno. What are you doing? Like, don't ruin a good thing, you know. And whereas Mexico and a couple of other few select Mexican joints, they will do an actual jalapeno popper. They'll do good food, and it's sizable, and doesn't cost the world, you know. Like, I went to the city, and there's a place where it's just like, this is overpriced, and you get these tiny little burritos or tacos. I'm going, where's the rest of the meal? Like, what are you doing? Like, you know, and they go, oh, and I'm like, is it spicy? Like, they're going, why? And I'm like, because Mexican food's spicy. What the, huh? Like, it shouldn't even be a question, right? Like, you know. So I'm just like, and they go, oh, here, if you want some spicy stuff, put some sauce on. I'm going, that's weird. That's weird for a Mexican joint, right? Like, the spice should be in the food. Like, I mean, there should be like a little bit of jalapenos at the very least, you know. I'm not expecting people to throw reapers on stuff, obviously, but you got to have some chili in it. It's part of the flavor, man. Like, Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm sure you probably feel like that, but you probably also get a lot of people going, "Oh, I want it as hot as crazy hot," and you're going, "Yeah, settle down, white boy." Like,
Yeah. Yeah, no, I did actually have one good one at work. I'd just gotten a bottle of hot sauce. Guy's like, "Yeah, no, I want stupid hot." So I thought, all right, fair enough. Got my sauce out, told him, one-time deal, my personal stash. Blew this poor guy's head off. But yeah, his missus had a good laugh. The staff had a great laugh. And yeah, he apparently enjoyed it, just died a little on the inside. So,
just died a little on the inside. That's funny.
Yeah. A good time had by all.
It's funny. One of my other favorite things is I love a lot of Asian food and Indian food and like that. And I worked at an Indian joint for about 6 months, and I remember the Indian guy. He's a very funny guy, and I'd never seen a guy drink so much and still cook so well. I'm going, how many? I've got the other guys. How many beers is this guy? I'm going, beers. He's on Jack Daniels or Scotch or something. Going, wow. I'm like, anyway, it's just really funny. Yeah, he's just like, a few other guys have heard the story where he's just like, at the end of the shift, you get a free curry. And he goes, so at the end of the shift, you'll get a free curry, white boy. But he goes, don't order butter chicken mild. I'm so sick of white people. Order butter chicken mild. Butter chicken mild. Butter chicken mild. No, don't order butter chicken mild. Get the butter chicken medium or hotter. I don't want to hear just bloody white people. And he's like, oh, get the banquet. 20 white people come in. 18 butter chicken mild, 1 lamb nogo Josh, then one order, was it beef vindaloo, but it was hot, Indian hot. But then it's too hot, so bring it back. You have to make it white boy hot. Oh, fucking white people. And I was like, yeah. And every single shift, he would just put in more and more chili, like you're saying, he'd set me up. Yep. But I enjoyed it. Somehow I enjoyed it, and made it more spicy. And then I think at the end of 6 months, I was eating vindaloos like every day. I was just loving it because it's good flavors, right? And he's he ended up putting in twice as much chili and chili powder that he was eating, and he thought he'd set me up. And I'm going, oh, this is really good. And he's like, what? And he goes, see, white boy, I make you strong. It's like, okay, fair enough. I'm like, all right, but he was right, and I enjoyed more chili after that because of him. So it's funny. That's probably sort of some of the reason why I'm here. So one of the things I wanted to ask you is, a lot of people in the chili world, there's this huge argument, products are better. Raw chilies are better. Like, there's this sort of this bit of an argument, a clash sometimes. Have you got a favorite? Do you prefer products, or are you more of a raw chili kind of guy? Which do you swing to more, if that makes sense? Have you got a preference?
I'm pretty good with both. I wouldn't actually have it. I couldn't pick a preference. So I love the fresh chilies because they're so versatile. You can just eat them straight up, cook them into things. Products, easier. You can just sort of grab it and go. So I'm going to sell for this one.
You might call yourself bi-spatial.
Yeah.
You're like, shut up, idiot. Shut up. You're like, that's dumb. It's like someone's going to censor me. I was like, oh no, I'm going to get cancelled. So you're like a bit of both, which is probably something that's very handy for this competition that's coming up. As you know, it's not just raw chilies. It's not just products. It's a mixture of both. And that's where a lot of people get tripped up. And that's kind of half the reason why I created it, is to create chili champions that can do everything. They're all rounders, which it sounds like you're already going in that direction already, which is good, pretty handy for you for the competition. But obviously, whoever wins, we want to send out there to be just an absolute complete chili beast, to send out to the world and take on all the Americans and the Europeans, the Asians, South Americans, Africans, everyone, Yep. So obviously whoever wins will be the best at the both disciplines, yeah? So with that being said, is there anything that you've sort of seen in the competition that you looked at it going, that worries me?
I don't think so. I think the corn chips is about the only thing I've sort of looked at and gone, oh, yeah, just because is it the whole packet we have to eat, or just a few of the chips? Whole packet.
Whole packet.
Yeah. So that's about the only thing I'm kind of looking at going, but no, the rest of it looks pretty good. I'm keen to give it a crack. And
like I was saying before, like people have asked me how are we setting this up. So we're giving not the words taking pity on you guys, but I know I can probably seem a bit sadistic with the lineup that I've put together, but we've sort of given you guys a little bit of mercy in the sense that we know that they're dry. I know that they're dry clearly because I've done them myself. I know exactly how they taste. I know exactly how dry they are, and you sort of left at the end go. Like, wow, that's dry, dusty. But we've given you guys a shot of stuff to play with before, so your mouth is wet. So we're giving you guys this stuff. So this is Dominica from Phillip Island, right? It's made by these guys, Pickle My Chili, right? These guys are awesome. So this is a nice, beautiful Reaper sauce. It's gorgeous. Neves Zorzit, she's created. She's amazing. She's got some really interesting flavors, and she's even put out some, I think it's some honey. She's got some honey flavors this year. Infused raw honey. Yeah, she's got some great flavors. But I love look at the labels. Like it's so like sexy, you might say. Like labels look, ooh, that's kinky. And so obviously you can see this one as well. Like, you know, that just sort of reminds you of going to like a strip club or something and going, interesting, you know, and I'm going, this must be an interesting bloke. And then I looked at researched who it was. Like, oh, it's a lady. It's a I was like, cheeky. I like it. But it gets you engaged. I'm going, okay, that's very clever labeling, you know. So as well as it's great products. So you're going to be trying that before the World's Hottest Corn Chips. And then we're going to give you guys a shot of a special Jekyll and Hyde private reserve from 13 Angry Scorpions. So these guys are up in Brisbane as well. And that's one of my favorite barbecue sauces. It's really good. I don't know. Have you ever tried wild turkey before? The alcohol. Yeah. So this is the private reserve wild turkey mixed in with it. So it's 100 proof wild turkey mixed in with it. So it does sound odd because you're like, oh, alcohol and hot sauce sounds like an odd mix, but this works. They've got the ratio right. They've obviously fiddled with it enough and tasted enough times and gone back to the drawing board enough times, they're going to go, okay, this is what works, you know? And it does. It really does work. So that'll be an enjoyable shot to have after your World's Hottest Corn Chips to sort of wet the whistle, you might say. So we've given you a little bit of mercy there. So that should be kind of enjoyable after these guys. So what do you think about that? Do you think that's going to make things a bit easy for you guys, or?
Yeah, no, definitely going to make it a bit easier to get through it.
And it's funny. Some people are sort of dreading 9 shots of hot sauce. Do you feel that's going to be your advantage, or it is going to give a bit more of a disadvantage to you?
No, I think it'll go all right. Like it's only 9 shots. Just knock them back and get through it.
Fair enough. And so, like, not just that, it's just the sheer volume of 30 rounds. What do you think? You said that the thing that tripped you up at the pizza comp at Logan was that it was just the sheer amount. Do you feel like you could fit all this stuff in from the entire comp?
Yeah, I reckon so. So I do have a pretty fair size appetite, so I can normally go pretty well with consumption challenges. I did the Outback Jack's steak challenge. So that one's a kilo steak with half kilo of veggies and half kilo of potato wedges in 20 minutes.
2 kilos worth of food.
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah, that one was pretty massive, but it was a good feed though.
That sounds like a good Sunday night to me.
Yeah.
I was like, oh, kilo steak. I remember going up to what was it, Townsville or Rockhampton, somewhere up north Queensland, and they had 2 kilo steaks. I'm like, oh, I wish I had time to stop because I really want that 2 kilo steak. That sounds awesome, you know, because that's always been my problem. Is like, I don't have enough steak, or it's like when you can get a quality steak, it's never a big one. It's too small. Like I'm like, just give me a real man-sized steak or something. I don't know. Like it's probably like the PC thing to say, but just give me a big bloody steak. You know, I was like, kilo steak sounds yes to me. So look, a lot of different competitors, depending on the comps and who the people are, have a different idea of what they want to do for like training, prep, and conditioning. Have you got a certain strategy for yourself for the comp to train yourself or prep and prepare yourself and condition for the comp?
Not really. So I'm probably just going to smash into the sauces this week and I've got the world's hottest corn chips and the peanut brittle at home already, so I'll hook into those and see how I fare, and yeah, just be keen and prep for next weekend.
Nice. Well, you've got a couple of pretty good producers not too far from you in your area. You've got the guy from Be All Natural and Three Stings. You've got Firing Line Gourmet Chili, which is not too far away. And yeah, there's a lot of good producers like 13 Angry Scorpions in Brisbane. There's a fair few in the Gold Coast and in between. So you're actually at a pretty sweet spot when it comes to chili, because there's quite a few growers in Queensland, and I'm not sure if you're aware that Queensland's one of the best places to grow anything like natural, like whether it be something that are green or whether it be something that's chili. You know, there's a lot of I've met a lot of Queensland who are growing some crops. But up there in Bundaberg as well, there's Oz Chili, which is one of the biggest chili growers in Australia, if not Australia. And they just grow. I think they grow the most amount of reapers in Australia. So it's perfect conditions. So there's plenty of people to go and go, hey, can you fuck me up? And they're going to go, oh, don't fucking ask me that question. I bloody will. You know. So we could probably you could probably set yourself up with some interesting things. Everyone seems to have the strategy of what they're going to put in their guts before. Have you sort of figured out what you're going to throw in there, or is it a secret, or what's the story? Do you know?
Probably just like good creamy pasta, something enjoyable. So that, or on the day maybe just some yogurt and some muesli, just something that's a bit lighter but still going to help absorb all of that chili, all that capsaicin.
Absolutely. It's so weird. Like everyone swears by they have a certain technique or a certain thing that they want to prep or condition with, and it's so funny. Like I remember getting, like we were just talking about how getting wrecked by chili, right? And I got wrecked by that 15.2 million Scoville shot with it was your fault, Mark. Mark Supple, where we did a Russian roulette style chili kind of thing, and two of the shots were loaded with 15.2 million Scoville capsaicin crystals. I'm going, cool, one of us is going to cop it for sure, at least, right?
Yep.
And the first 60 seconds, I've gone, oh, I think I got the jalapeno one. And then 60 seconds later, just wham, like it just smashed me like a tsunami in the face, going, that wasn't the jalapeno. And it was like, yeah. And I've gone, wow. And I thought maybe I prepped, I had a bit of a burger before and whatever. I don't think I prepped and conditioned well enough for that, because I was puking my brains out for like 45 minutes or something going. My body's just like, what are you doing? You're an idiot, you know? But then I only did one shot, you know? I didn't even have any of the normal shots. I just had that one shot. But then I hear about this guy, Charlie, in the UK, I believe, or somewhere in Europe, who did 6 of them in a row. And I'm going,
wow.
Dude, what the hell did you do to prep and condition for that? And like, was your aftermath messy? He goes, oh yeah. He goes, it wasn't one day. He goes, the next 72 hours was fucked. Oh. And he goes, I was making love to the floor with the bathroom floor on the cold tiles, naked, you know. And he goes, it was messy. It was messy. Yeah. But he goes, but he swore to me. This is what he swore to me. He swears to me that it was what was it? Oats. He had oats and peanut butter, and I was like,
yeah, okay.
Okay, because it's just filling, it expands the stomach, it takes up all the space, and it sort of blocks it from hitting raw stomach tissue. I'm going, interesting. So everyone has their own kind of thing. I've heard people that they swear by mashed potato, like you said, like a big creamy like carbonara or pasta or big greasy Macca's burger, like, you know. Like I heard people just go, just go get a double quarter pounder, smash that bastard, you go. You know? I'm like, okay, but whatever works, you know. So I mean, each person's different. So we've sort of talked about the physical part of it, but like there's this other part that everyone, like, no matter how hard you train, you've got to be mentally strong, right? Obviously, to get through this kind of level of pain. Have you got a thought process about what your mindset is, or what you got to do, or are you sort of like what's the word? Is it getting yourself in the zone? Is there a certain mindset that you have to go about when you're competing?
So I just aim to get in and have some fun. So, you know, and if it starts to get too much, then just, all or nothing, just send it. So
yeah, that's fair enough. Because like it's really interesting because there's a lot of competitors out there, and there's so many different ways that people will compete, and then their mindset. And like I've seen some people where they just wing it and just go fuck it, throw it in there, right?
Yeah.
And whatever happens. Like you know, similar to yourself. And then there's other guys out there where they just go into their zone or their happy place. And I've seen like videos of the UK Chili Queen, Shahina Wasim. She's currently she was the world champion or world champ for quite a while. She was undefeated, 96 competitions. That's phenomenal.
Wow.
96 competitions. I think it's like 11 years or something. I don't know. A lot of comps, right? And you see the first couple of chilies you see going, you see like grimace, you know, and then whatever. And then next thing you know, she just goes like that, and just like tunnel vision just goes like that. And I remember the guy next to going, Shahina, hello. She's not here anymore, folks. She's gone. Like she's gone to the happy place, you know. And I'm going, you know, and I'm just wondering, like, it's interesting to see what is it that you do to do that? Do you feel like you go to your happy place, or is it just sort of having fun? Like,
I think like for me, it's like being in the competition is just being in that zone. And if I just keep the fun up, don't take it too seriously, you know, I'm keen to get through as much as I can. And at the end of the day, if I hit a wall and can't do any more, then, you know, life well lived. I died trying.
I died trying. That's so funny. I've heard a few people say there was that thing. Let's die like men. Speaking of dying like men, we've got an interesting thing. So, like I said, we're talking about tasty flavors, and it sounds like you're a bit of a fan of the Satan Spit. So, we have something interesting to play with here. Yep. So this is a Deadly Delight. So this is sort of a take on Tim Tams, right?
Yeah.
Because I was talking, because I was talking to a producer, Bob and Brian's down in Canberra. These guys are pretty cool. And I was talking to them. They go, "What do you want us to make this year? Do you want us to get a sauce, or do you want to custom make something?" Oh, well, actually, I said, "I've got this idea." They go, "What do you mean?" They're going, "Well, I was having a Tim Tam," and they're going, "That's odd." And they go, no, hear me out, right? You know how they had the chili Tim Tams, the spicy Tim Tams? And I've tried it and gone,
yeah,
where's the spice? It's not spicy. Like, I know I'm a chili head, but I was just expecting more. And I didn't even barely get a tingle, and gone, oh, you know what would be fun? And my partner's looked at me and she goes, "Oh no, what?" And I go on, "Imagine an extract laced Tim Tam." And she's like, "Oh, damn." And I'm like, "That's evil." But I talked to Bob and Brian's and I said, "Look, what do you think about this idea?" And they're going, "Actually, we've got this idea." And I'm like, "What is it?" And they're going, "We've got an idea of a formula to put together." And he sent me what he put in it. Do you want to hear what's in the Tim Tam?
I would love to. I'm so keen.
The Deadly Delight. For copyright reasons, let's beep out Tim Tam. So yeah. So it says the filling. So we're talking about the middle bit, which is like the cream or whatever you want to call it in the middle. Yep. So when you're in the middle bit there, it says the filling has powder from 4 scorpions, 3 reapers, 1 ghost, a 7-pot burgundy pepper, and 8 million Scoville extract, and a teaspoon of Satan Spit. Right? That's just in the middle. I was like, whoa. And then they're like, okay. I'm like, that's going to tickle, right?
Yeah.
And that's all mixed with the icing sugar. He goes, then the coating. So this is the outside bit, is dark chocolate with not 1, but 2 teaspoons of Satan Spit mixed with a bit of sugar to make it taste better. I was like, wow, that is going to be an interesting tasting Deadly Delight.
Yeah. I wonder about Satan Spit with the chocolate, but hey, if it's good, then
so if you don't get
more of them.
Yeah, I actually, believe it or not, I actually have a couple. So careful what you say. Careful what you wish for. Oh no. But that would be, if you don't get that to that round, would you consider making your Satan Spit margarita and maybe dipping it in there? That would be, I think, one hell of a combo. What do you think?
It'd be interesting. I'm keen to give it a go.
There you go. So we encourage all our competitors after the comp for all the products that you don't manage to get through or eat on the day, to try and review or film yourself eating and show your reactions and what you think of the flavor and the heat and that. So if you don't manage to make it through to that round of the day, we try and attempt to do something with the Deadly Delight.
Yeah, definitely.
There you go. Oh, there you go. I'll hold you to it.
Yep.
So you're like, oh no, So we've sort of talked about mindset before, but you've come a bit of a way from obviously just being a little bit of a chili head to now you're in a competition where it's the national comp. You're going to get some of the craziest chili beasts in the country. Have you got any advice to people that want to sort of try to get to your level or to get to where you're at the moment, what you're doing?
I think the biggest thing is just push yourself. So don't be scared of, it's going to be too hot. Just smash it and then think about that stuff later.
Absolutely. So sort of that no fear kind of just give it a red hot crack.
Yeah, that's it. I mean, like I said before, worst case, you die. So.
Well, it's funny you say that, actually. We'll just touch on something here. So no one's actually really died from chili. And if someone's had serious complications or gone to hospital, it's usually because they've had pre-existing conditions. So obviously what you guys will be doing on the day will be signing a waiver, and in that waiver will state that do not attempt to get pregnant. So I hope you're not pregnant. That might be a bit of a problem. You're like, I haven't checked. No, quick, get a pee stick. Obviously, having no heart conditions. So if you get a heart condition, it's probably a bad idea because you're gonna. And then obviously not being allergic to capsaicin or chili. Three pretty clear things that you clearly wouldn't attempt a national comp. But obviously, you're not going to be winning chili competitions if you have those problems. So that's what a lot of people go, oh, who are these random people? I'm like, well, they're not actually random people. They've all won chili comps. They're all eaten chili and done challenges before. They're not normal people. So I affectionately call you and the rest of the guys sort of freaks of nature, affectionately, because you're not normal people in that sense. Stop it. No, keep going. But no, you're all sort of tried and tested guys. You've all been baptized in the fire and the flames before. So none of you guys are strangers to chili. So you're all here because you're here for a reason. You're here because you've earned it, clearly. But you're clearly not allergic to chili. So I don't think any of you guys are going to be taken out by a Packy one chip. Like we did hear about that kid, unfortunately. So they did pass away in America from after eating a Packy one chip. But like I've eaten a Packy one chip. I've seen a guy called Roger Tree who ate 100, right?
100.
Yeah, 100. So that's like the equivalent of 100 of these. So that's like 3.5 packs of this, right? Like because there's about roughly 30 chips in each one of these, roughly, right? So this kid ate one. Right, I've eaten one and I'm going, yeah, okay, cool, and then went to work. Like, it's hot. I'm like, okay, cool, it's hot, but it's not. They're going to die from it. So it sounds clearly like this person had pre-existing conditions. Not mocking them, obviously. Yeah. But you don't go and do chili challenges just when you're vanilla. Like you don't do it if you've never done a chili. You've never eaten a chili before. Don't do a chili challenge. Like that's an obvious thing I'm going to say to people. Like, don't just go, oh, you know what? I'm going to go eat the hottest chili in the world. When if you haven't had a jalapeno, like you haven't had a jalapeno, maybe do that first. Don't try it a chili challenge and then go, you know what? Let's just go to the craziest thing you can ever do. It's not going to work out. It's not going to end well. So obviously you guys are trained as professional idiots. No, I'm just kidding. But you're not new, is what I'm trying to say. You're not new to this. You know kind of what you're doing. You'll have a general kind of idea or strategy of what you're going to do and how you're going to do it. So like you said, you've tried Wild Hottest corn chips. You're mixing Satan's spit in your margaritas. You're not a normal guy. And I say that positively and affectionately. So I really appreciate that about you. That's awesome. I do like that. Obviously, so I don't feel like any of you guys are going to die. You're not going to get capsaicin poisoning. It's going to suck. And clearly it's going to hurt and it's going to be pain, but you all know that. You're all signed up for that. You know what you're in for, and you're not just newbies off the street. So I don't expect that anyone's going to die. Clearly no one has from any of our comps before, just plenty of pain, but that's the fire extinguisher. But I digress. So obviously you're going to aim to try and do as best as you can in this competition. like I stated before, we're going to attempt next year to take our chili champion to America, the United States. We've been invited to go to Smoke and Ed Curry's place. He's the creator of the Carolina Reaper. If it manages to be you, mate, what are you planning on doing there? So we've got the world's what is it called? The World Chili Championships will be there. What do you think if you made it there, mate? Have you got any strategy or any things on the bucket list that you want to try and check off if you make it to America?
No, I mean, meeting Ed Curry would be awesome. That would be pretty mint. But aside from that, man, just get into everything, have some fun, and see where it all takes me.
Absolutely. You know, it's the good thing about like these chili competitions. It's a hell of a ride, and like you're going to find out, it's one hell of an adrenaline fueled adventure. It's a crazy roller coaster full of both pain and excitement and nervousness and whatever. But it's like you said, you just got to have fun with it and just sort of roll with the punches there. But is there anything in the future for our Flamin Bogan? Have you got any plans for anything chili wise in the future there, mate?
Well, I do want to start giving some of these challenges a go. So we looking to get into a few of those next year, and yeah, a bit more training for the next comp. So
100%. So one thing I want to let everyone know, if you guys aren't aware, including yourself, is that you will get points for this competition towards the League of Fire. So if you're not already aware, the League of Fire are the world ranking chili champions, and they have a table of everyone in the world with League of Fire registered challenges, and this is one of those League of Fire recognised challenges. So obviously the winner will get the most points clearly, and then first, second, third, and then from there. And so that'll contribute to your League of Fire table. And I'm not sure if have you made a League of Fire profile yet by chance, or?
I have, yeah, yep.
Oh, there you go. So you sort of know what I'm talking about. So this will go a fair well into the way of getting a few points there. And obviously getting into the top 100 is really a challenge. You know, those people in the top 100 are not normal people because, like I said, again, you guys aren't normal people, and then top 100 are not normal again. It is like another step up. So they are, affectionately, I call them freaks of nature, you might say as well. So obviously, if you're throwing down the gauntlet and throwing a few more challenges, it sounds like you're going to try and get your way up the rankings there too. Is that right?
Yeah, look, if I hit top 100, I'll be stoked with that. Keen to give it a crack.
Yeah. And look, I know there's an absolute chili beast out there called Daniel Flynn, a.k.a. Hot Wheels. He was the Queensland champ last year, and he has been, for quite a while, the undisputed champion of Australia for League of Fire ratings. How do you feel about trying to pip him at the post there? And because, like, I've seen this guy do some savage stuff, and I'm just like, wow. Like, I thought what I did was stupid. Then like, watching him going, yeah, that looks really dicey. Do you think you're going to try and attempt to get to his level or pip him at the post there?
Yeah, I'll give it a crack.
Absolutely. And look, the other thing as well is I wanted to mention something. So I'm working. We've already created a world record where Greg Iron Guts Barlow, he was the previous Australian champion 2 years in a row. He broke the record for most Carolina Reapers eaten by a human being, which was 160. Right? It's a lot of Reapers, right? And that weighs 953 grams, so 47 grams of a kilo.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Not as much.
Now,
I honestly thought it would have been more than that, but.
Well, chilies are annoying because in the sense that they're never going to grow the same size, just like fruit and vegetables. They're going to be up and down and all sizes and shapes and thinner and thicker and whatever. So you can't get them all exactly the same. What? You have to start now. Oh, Mark, so Mark's just commenting there. You have to start now as points are well over 400. Next is 147, then me on 60. Wow. There you go, Marky Mark. Yeah, so Mark's here in New South Wales as well. He's done a few League of Fire challenges because he's trying to build up his ranks there too. So you might see Mark in those rankings there as well. Aren't you, Mark? You're going for the Australian champion in League of Fire points. So you will have to compete against him for points too because he's no pushover either. I think, Mark, you mentioned that he was annoyed that we ate the 15.2 million shot and he didn't get one. So he wants to do 2 shots on his own. I'm going, you mental case. But, yeah, if you want to get to, here you go, top 10 this year. Are you in the top 10 this year now, Mark, or are you aiming for the top 10? Just let us know in the comments. So that'll be interesting. Yeah, Mark's no pushover either. I've seen him go absolutely ballistic in some crazy competitions that even I've held myself. And so I think he was like millimeters from being the New South Wales champion this year as well. But obviously you got to beat Adam, and Adam is he just commented. He's third now, so third in Australia. Bloody oath, Marky. Good work.
There you go.
So you're going to have to try and get past Mark if you want to get in the top 3 for Australia. Wow. So, yeah, he's definitely set the goalpost pretty high. Good on you, Mark. So that'll be interesting. So it sounds like he's saying you've got to hit the ground running from now, because he's saying the 400 points is where the top 10 is. I'm just like, oh, geez, okay. So what are you going to say to that, mate? Like, you got some lined up? Oh, in the world. In the world, Marky Mark.
In the
hey
world.
Now. Good work, mate. Far out. All right.
Solid.
Yeah.
No, I haven't got anything lined up just yet, but I'll just see what I come across and see what I can chase up.
Well, it sounds like you got a new expensive hobby and obsession coming up.
I certainly have. So I saw that one of the boys bought the Uncle Mungo's Yeah Nah challenge, 10 of. So I'd definitely be keen to at least match that, maybe double it if I can. But
I will give you one advice with that. I would not do that on an empty stomach. At the very least,
definitely
I
not.
would. I've seen what is it? I saw one lady where she said that she had multiple children. One of her childbirths went for 30 hours plus, and she said that the 16 hours that she had capsaicin cramps after were worse from this challenge. And I'm going, so prep and condition before that is all I can say. But here is another thing as well. The most I've ever seen anyone eat in one competition of yeah-nahs was 2. If you can eat more than 2 yeah-nahs in one sitting, you will probably break a record there, because I've seen some really hectic. These guys were from Canberra. There's 3 of them. They all ate 2, and I was like, how? I've seen some people. I've seen one person lick it, and then go shit and fall over and start crying. I'm going, okay, So I'm not trying to scare you, but I'm just like, fair warning. Like when they say pure capsaicin and it's going to be hot, like it tastes good, but don't be low. Don't be lowered to a false sense of security. It's up there. Wow. Okay. So we're about to sign off and anything, mate. But do you want to shout out to anyone out there and give any shout outs to people or mentions to people before we make a move?
Man, just my boss Chris, Serrano's Mexican Cantina in Beenleigh. Anyone in the area, come check it out. Great feed. But,
absolutely.
That's about it, man. That's it.
Yeah, okay. And obviously, it sounds like the Logan community is going to be jumping in behind you there as well in Queensland. I suppose this is everyone in New South Wales are going to hate me for this, but can you give us a great big bloody Queenslander?
Queenslander.
I was waiting for it. I was just like, because like everyone in New South Wales, like, fucking sick of that, hearing that Queenslander thing. That's all right. All right, awesome, mate. Well, look, I wish you all the best, matey. I hope you do some amazing prep and conditioning and some training for this comp. You've absolutely got the gauntlet in front of you. I wish everyone, obviously, good luck. It doesn't matter where you're from. I want to see you guys do your absolute very best, and good luck. I just hope that you do your very best and just do well in the day, mate. Yeah,
man. Keen as.
Bloody oath, mate. All right, well, I'll let you go. You have a great day, and we'll see you very soon. We're only 6 days away.
Yeah, man. Can't wait.
All right, legend. Catch you later. See ya.
Thanks, y'all.
All right, Spice Legends. Well, that's it for our spicy goodness. Thank you so much for all the support, and we're so glad to see all our chili heads. Thank you very much, Mark, for tuning in and throwing us those little tidbits. But all I have to say for now, Spice Legends, is keep calm, be awesome. Woo!